So hello and welcome back for another little photography video. Today is going to be a special story, a wonderful little story about the right things happening at the right time. As photographers, we live for these magic moments, these magic hours, days when the light is just right. The sky, clouds, the sun, and it takes a dedication because you got to be there to get these kind of shots. Like the sunset, I can't count how many times that I would go out to try to get a good sunset, and something just isn't wrong, and I go out the next day and try to, and then finally maybe a week later, the conditions are right. We got the right amount of clouds in the sky. The sun is falling just right. The sky's clarity, along with the clouds, is good enough. To get that shot like you see in those magazines and things, it takes some planning. It takes some time. It takes a little luck. Sometimes more than a little luck. And cause a lot of times we're just sitting at, maybe at work. I was a teacher in China when this story here happened, and I can't leave class to go out and take pictures. And sometimes I just look out the window and say, oh man, today would be a great day to shoot a model. The light is diffused just right, or today would be a good day for a landscape or whatever. And this story here, I know it happened on a Wednesday in September 2018, and this is one of those stories that's really special to me, and it's a good story for you. On Wednesdays, I usually only had 2 periods on Wednesday, and I had the rest of the day off. And now, on this particular day, I had no idea what was transpiring outside. I was busy with my class, and but I think it's about 9:50 when the class lets out. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning with 2 45-minute classes. But on this particular day, I get out of class. I'm going out carrying my little bag and going to my bicycle so I can ride home. And I'd already been thinking earlier, I said, well, today's a nice day. It's cool outside. It's comfortable. Maybe I can go get a shot somewhere. Now, the one thing that I did know that was going on is that there was a front coming in, and it was supposed to rain later in the day. So even if I did run out to a park, I knew my time might be very limited. And so I was already thinking about where to go, how long I need to be there, blah, blah, blah. And anyhow, I walk outside, and the first thing I do, I just look up in the sky, and it's like, oh my God. We had this perfect, beautiful sky with these sharp, lovely clouds. I mean, it looked like kind of like if you saw the very fringes of a hurricane coming in. We had these really magnificent clouds and things coming in, and they were like in rows. And I'm going, oh man, I need to get a photo of this. I need to get a photo of this. It's one of those. I knew it the second I walked outside. I go, oh my. So anyhow, I go, okay, we're going to go shoot somewhere. And I get on my bicycle, and boom, I zoom home, and I figure out in Zhenjiang, the city I was in, the best place to see all those clouds like I was seeing outside was to get on the Yangtze River and look and shoot across the river. And I knew where to go. I knew the places I wanted to get the shot. But we were in a race against time. I just, something in the back of my head just knew it. So I swallowed down early lunch. I can't remember. I don't have a clue what I ate, but I ate something just because I didn't know how long I'd be gone. I knew I might be gone, could be gone a long time, maybe not. But teacher was going to go get a shot. And I remember I get home about 10 o'clock. I woof down something to eat. Then I got to gather my gear up and go get in a taxi and go head to my little destination I have in mind. And I run out quick as I can to my taxi. I just took a couple lenses. Now I'll tell you real fast, at the end of this video of me talking, you're going to get to see the pictures, and it's not many, but they're good. Using the Nikon, the mid-level, the D5600, and the Tokina. This is a Tokina 12 to 28 f4 lens. It's made for crop sensor cameras. This lens does not get the love it deserves for some reason. It is a sharp, excellent resolution lens, and it will do the job. It's a good lens for landscape, and I've used it for portraits, up-close portraits too, and it does a good job. Now, the only other thing I used, I knew I was going to be shooting clouds. I knew I was going to be shooting sky. So I got a CPL, a circular polarizer filter, and because I wanted my clouds to be nice, sharp, crisp clouds. And a polarizer filter helps this immensely. But this is everything you saw was shot with this right here. So these pictures, there's not many because time, and I'll explain the time thing for you. I knew this front was coming in, and I knew the place really well where I was going to go. I shot there many times. Give me a drink of tea here real quick. So I knew exactly where I wanted to go. Now the deal is, from where I took the very first photo that you will see to the last photo is about a half mile that I got to cover to get the shots. And like I said, I knew time. I just could feel it. Time was not on my side. I arrived at my destination. It's right behind Beguishan Park, right on the Yangtze River. And I'm still just in awe. As soon as I get out of the taxi and get my junk, the sky was just tremendous, just beautiful. So I go run, I get my lens on and get everything kind of set. And my first shot, the very first picture you will see, is taken at 11:37 a.m. So I've gotten out of class, I woofed down something to eat, I've got in the taxi, I went out, and the very first shot that you'll see is at 11:37. And I get a handful of shots right there, and I'm shooting this big gigantic kettle that's there, huge thing, and getting the backdrop of the sky. You'll see one really wide photo that's a really cool geometrical photo that you'll see, and it's beautiful. Like I said, these clouds are coming in there like in rows, kind of like I said before a hurricane maybe comes or something, but they're just so beautiful, and the air was just fresh and really nice. And I take these shots, and I'm hoofing it down to my next location. And like I said, I got about a half mile I got to cover, and I want to get this. I have these particular shots already in my head. Okay, and I get those shots, and if I have time to take more, wonderful. But I had a particular idea of what I wanted, but again, I knew time was not on my side. I could just feel it. So I take these first shots, and I run around these docks that's down on the water, and I go to another spot that's got these really cool statues, like they're not dragons, but they're some kind of guardian of the river, and I get those shots that I want. Okay, between my first shot at 11:37 and my last shot that you will see is at 12:20. So to get the shots I wanted, it took what, 40 minutes or whatever. And sure enough, right after I got the very last shots, the clouds started coming in heavier. And all of a sudden, this beautiful rows of crisp, lovely white clouds was disappearing, and they were getting darker. And this had been going on all morning. I'd give anything. If I'd have known, I almost would have been tempted to skip class. But this story that I'm telling you goes to show you how you got to make yourself go. You'll never get these shots sitting on your butt at home. Now, work's different. If you're working, there's nothing you can do. But don't sit at home if you know something good is about to happen. You know, if you know that the sunset may be one of the best ever, you know, you got to go out and try to get it. If you know this landscape shot close by, the conditions are right. It's not too bright. It's not too dark. You know, you got the sky looks good. You got a few little clouds, and the stream's got enough water that you can see the flow. All these kind of things, all these conditions. It's sometimes you got to go many, many times to get this shot. But this story today, though, is all about recognizing what is happening or what is going to happen. Anticipation is such a big part of photography, and sometimes you guess right, sometimes you guess wrong. But if you don't go, your guess will never mean anything. So you got to get out there and shoot. And I can't say enough for this camera and lens combination that I used. I just knew in my head it'd work. I knew I needed that polarizer filter to help blend this stuff together right. So I knew already what was going to happen. So you're going to see right here at the end of this video a handful of shots that I took in a race against time, but they come out great. They're some of my favorite photos I've ever taken. They might not look spectacular to you. They're good photos. But if you'd have been there to see what I saw, how tremendous the conditions were, the pictures really don't even do it justice, but the pictures are good. You'll like the pictures, but there's not many, but you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, I get my first shots and I run down and get my other ones, and that backdrop, that's how important the background is to your photography. If you got a good subject, you can't have it look ugly behind it. You know, if you're outside and you got some kind of environmental aspect, the backdrop is a lot. If you're shooting in the fall, you want fall colors behind your model or whatever you're shooting. You know, you got to visualize it. You're trying to tell a story, and that's what I did in these videos, these pictures you're going to see. I'm trying to tell you a story of what I saw. That's all it is. So anyhow, enjoy these little videos and think about what I've been telling you, okay? And I want you, don't forget to subscribe and have a great and wonderful day, okay? See you later. Bye-bye.